Good evening and welcome to the Real for Life podcast with Jesse and Joe coming at you on an October Sunday. In less than 2 weeks, Joe, I'm going to be old as shit. Even more.
44?
43, dick.
I just said it to be a dick.
We're the same age, right?
No, you're older than me.
Your birthday's in May.
So you're basically a full year older than me.
You know what? Here's a funny thing. Many podcasts ago, me and you told the story about how we met when I said, I'm better than you. Right? But I'm sorry to keep being proven right here, Joe.
What?
Both of us have birthdays on holidays.
Oh, that makes me old.
Yeah, yours is Star Wars Day.
Well,
May the 4th be with you.
I think it's funny
lame.
that you and your brother are basically born the same year. You're basically like,
I know.
Don't be a menace.
We're 11 months apart.
His dad is younger than him.
Apart. Yeah, it's hilarious. But yeah, my birthday's on Halloween, so I beat you again. Cheers to that.
Whatever.
You got a list this week?
Yeah, did you buy my illegal thing?
Shit.
Jesus
I promise I will do it
Christ.
tomorrow. I promise I will do it tomorrow.
I still haven't mailed your birthday present.
See, we're both terrible.
It's going to be epic. Well, it's only going to take 3 days to get to you. My shipping product has to ship to your house and then to my house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because carry the two.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can read my list here.
I have 3 points, but if I read the point, it would kind of just take away the whole thing. So I'm going to say my 3. Okay, never mind. So the first one's toilet seat.
Hold on. Oh, is that a subject or the point?
The subject.
Okay.
So I can only list the subjects.
That's fine.
Okay, toilet seat.
Mm-hmm.
The Pen Bros.
Oh, one of mine is the... Oh, keep going.
And parenting advice.
I want a Toyota Camry. The
Said
Mighty
no
Ducks.
one ever.
I know. The Mighty Ducks. A question. Emilio. Stickman Vets Crew. Jelly Roll. Why isn't it me? Ozempic. Let's talk about it.
Because he can hit more of a range than just C.
Fuck you. All men are created equal. And church breakdance battle. Can we just start with church breakdance battle?
Yeah,
because you brought up Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your gin and juice in the hood. Great movie. But you know how in the movie, like the old ladies battle at the church and they have a breakdance fight?
Yes.
So, love my church. We're at church today and we have that. And I'm pretty sure every church does, where like the pastor's up there talking and there's always the two old ladies like, yes, he did. Can I get a hallelujah?
Is your church in the South?
No, this is not a black church in the South, although bucket list. Absolutely. I want to go. I want to go and have that. It sounds awesome. Other than the like 5 hours part.
Is it long?
It's supposedly Southern Baptist Church is like a whole day event. That's why they eat. It's a barbecue every Sunday.
Interesting.
From what I've heard.
I just Catholic mass was an hour and it was fucking long enough.
Yeah. Ours is like 120. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It doesn't start till 10 and the dress code is blue jeans. Like it's the chillest church ever. But
yeah, we got like
there's the two ladies in the front row that come on. And it's like you're competing to prove that like you're the most close. It feels like they're like competing, be like, well, I'm closer to Jesus than you. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like, you know, you're okay. You're more of an acquaintance.
You could be like in age, you are.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like the super like when they do that, I'm like, I don't know. I'm really bad at being around uncomfortable situations, even when it has nothing to do with me.
That's no shit.
Like, I don't even like uncomfortable comedy on TV. That's why
So
I
there
can't
we were.
watch Ben Stiller movies. I can't
Las
watch Ben Stiller movies.
Las Vegas 2000. I'm gonna say 14.
It was I'm pretty sure was Tana pregnant?
She was.
Yeah, 2014.
And we're staying at the Stratosphere. We're
Mhm.
we're at the all ages pool, or we couldn't
Yep.
find the all ages pool. And this is a story for everybody else, not us, because we were there. Tana is pregnant.
Mhm.
We find the adult pool that's on the roof, and there's like a
Oh.
bouncer, and you have to like check IDs. And we get in there, and it's like, and there's like chicks running around topless, and a
Mhm.
DJ. And me and my wife were like, "Fuck yeah, we're staying." And Tana was like, "Yeah, let's get some chairs." And you were like, "We're getting the fuck out of here." And I was like, why?" And Tana's like, "Oh, babe," or honey, she calls you honey. Just give it a minute. We can sit down. And you were like, "And no part of it."
You do know we're the only two white people there, right?
Who gives a shit?
Not that it should matter, but
All
I
I saw
didn't feel
was
like we were
naked
wanted
titties and
there.
ass running around at a swimming pool and alcohol. That's a recipe for a great experience.
Yeah. I feel like I'd be more game for that these days. I'm
I mean,
still pretty bad, but I'm
your
getting
wife
better.
was like probably 7 months pregnant. Like she was.
Well, and that's the thing. My wife never recognizes danger. Like we could be in an alley and somebody can be
Why would
holding
that
a
be
knife
dangerous? She wasn't doing like shots of vodka and lines of cocaine off prostitutes.
because she was super drunk and surrounded by, or
She wasn't drunk. She was pregnant.
she was super pregnant and surrounded by
Oh,
really drunk people running around. That's not a good recipe.
oh boy. Anyways, it's
Yeah,
amazing that we're friends sometimes. We're like polar
I know.
opposites.
I'm a prude. It's true.
Ah,
Yeah, I have to watch out because she could be like
105.
a guy could be holding a knife to her throat and she would still just be like, "Well, I mean, he hasn't stabbed me yet. It's fine." Like it's just there's no recognition of danger. And there's sometimes where I have to be like, "Hey, honey, we need to move over this way." Like if I see a fight's about to break out, she's like, "What are you talking? No, but I was gonna, honey, move now." And she just doesn't like. She's very trusting.
Mm-hmm. All right, toilet seat.
Yeah, yours sucks because you don't have a bidet and you're dirty, dirty, dirty
Okay,
person.
so I saw this study the other day. I didn't see a study. I saw something posted on Facebook,
Mhm.
and it said that women think more than men do. This is the most misogynistic thing I'm ever going to say in my life. It said that women think more than men do, and that's why they require more sleep.
I mean,
My point to this is women overthink everything because they don't like 1 + 1 isn't 2. Like men think logically, and women have to overthink fucking everything. So thus, they think twice as much as us.
uh, and I'm gonna go the opposite direction, also very misogynistic, where women do not need more sleep than men. They just have the option to sleep more than men.
So
If
this
if if
brings
we're going with classical roles, which neither me or you hold, we both have full-time working wives that absolutely fucking crush it, right?
Mhm.
We can agree with that. But
Yes.
let's go with a 50s, 60s trad wife model where they require more sleep. No, because a guy is getting up and going to work and doing labor or some sort of something all day long, and then he's got to come home and fix the fucking hot water tank, right? Like if calorie output equals I need more sleep, I'm gonna go with the dude needs more sleep. They just don't have the option because part of being a dude is saying doesn't matter. I have to get up and
I
perform.
truly believe that men can sleep less than women can physically get away
I
with
can
less
agree
sleep.
that we don't need to and definitely don't think more than women. And that's not saying that women overthink stuff. That's just saying me and you are stupid.
Yes. Well, men have the ability to think about nothing, and women don't understand that.
Some of the best times of my life were
Oh,
sitting down, thinking about nothing.
So this is a segue into the toilet seat argument. So the toilet seat argument, which I 100% agree with women that the toilet seat should be shut, but they're just saying it wrong. When you shut the toilet seat, that includes the lid.
Right.
Shut the entire thing because it keeps in bacteria. And when you flush your toilet, vapor goes into the air and gets all over your toothbrush and just goes into the sky.
Right.
So if you're going to shut the toilet seat, you shut the whole thing, not just the seat.
Okay. So this is a perfect example because women think more with emotion and men think more with
Hold on, I'm not done yet.
science.
So the other day, my wife yells at me from the bathroom because I shut the lid, and she sat down on the lid. And I'm like, you don't even look before you sit down?
What if there's something on that seat?
And that's the argument for the women because they don't want to
Or if
sit
there's
down.
a spider?
You just blindly sit? That's insane to me. I look in a chair before I sit on it.
Yes.
Like yes. So I'm like, I don't understand how you think more, but then sat on a closed toilet. Or on the reverse that, sat without the seat down, and that's the argument because they'll sit and then fall into the toilet because the seat wasn't down.
Right.
So how the fuck
lid
is that
should be
more?
totally down, but you're thinking of it from a scientific standpoint. Them wanting the seat
standpoint.
wanting the lid, yes. Them wanting the lid up, but the seat down is more of their emotions of like, you should show me some kind of chivalry and respect and have this ready for me. Because us having to put the seat down versus them having to lift it up is the exact same amount of energy. So,
Yeah.
of course, the effort is going to fall on us. That is the expectation.
True.
Yes. I'm just tired of being oppressed.
Yes,
You
fully.
know?
Speaking of which, my son said this word today, and his friends were pressed, and he said pressed like 5 fucking times. And I stalked him and I go, what the fuck does that mean? They're like, oh, it means upset.
Just say upset.
Yeah. I
Or
didn't.
pissed.
Yeah, when you're pressed, it means more like you're pressed for time or like you're put in a hard spot. But like upset, I was like, no, that doesn't even equate to a fucking word.
That doesn't work at
That
all.
was a sidebar. He literally just said that like a couple hours ago. He said it like, yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
And he's not one to use like the lingo
Mhm.
of these times.
No, the only reason I'm on such a tear is because I had a Instagram conversation. Like I posted like a patriotic thing on the Instagram or whatever. And so this girl I used to hang out with wrote back and was, basically tearing into why Trump would be terrible and losing abortion and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, Trump can't take away abortion. And if he could, then Kamala right now would have the power to completely codify it. Like, you need a constitutional amendment. If it's not in the Constitution, it goes to the states. That's where we're at.
Right.
So
That's
if you want it in the Constitution, you need to get that supermajority that would vote it in as a constitutional amendment. Like,
hence the
but the support,
Constitution.
right? But the support's not there. But thinking that just because Trump's in office that abortion is going to completely go away is ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that he said many times that he believes in like a time limit on abortion and obviously life of the mom and incest and all that terrible stuff.
Well, there's always those weird ones where like, well, what if she's 16 and she was raped and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not dismissing that, like it's happened, but it's like a 0.0001%. Like,
right.
It's not.
It's
enough.
just, and I don't want to get in either or because I think I'm where a lot of Americans are at, which is kind of somewhere in the middle on that. You know?
I morally would
Right.
never promote a female to get an abortion, but I always vote yes because I think it needs to exist. Now
Yeah,
there should be
that's pretty much where
terms,
I'm at. Yeah.
just like Congress, but
Well, I think that's where the Clintons were in the 90s. They were like safe, safe and rare. That was kind of what they were going for. The point is I can't the whole oppression thing is getting me because of course it turned into I was like, turned into something about equality and she was like, "Oh, you mean like all men are created equal?" Oh, she was dissing the Constitution because it said all men are created equal,
right, not humans.
which of course means mankind, literally all humans.
Right. I saw this post the other day, and like I'm trying to remember the fucking girl's name. I can't think of it. It it was a solid point to make, but in the wrong direction, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I can't remember her fucking name. Keep going.
I put the I want a Toyota Camry just because
I can't change subject. This is abortion.
well, I was trying to abort the subject.
Oh, anyways, basically the premise of the post was like, uh, what's crazy? It's sober October. I'm still retarded, so my brain still doesn't work. What is the thing called when you get fixed?
Vasectomy.
Vasectomy. Vasectomies. This is the post. I'm just saying what the post said. Vasectomies.
It starts with a V.
I said that.
I said bisectomy. I think that's a whole different thing.
Say Morgan Wallen.
Morgan Wallen.
Good job. That's the first time you said it correctly. Okay, I digress.
S.
Vasectomies are reversible, so you should make
Right.
all men get a vasectomy at like 16, and then when they're financially responsible enough to have a kid, they can get it reversed and have a kid.
Oh,
And they're like, and then it says, if the thought of whatever, like fucking with a man's body grosses you out, then
right.
you're thinking the wrong direction. And I'm like,
Right.
but nobody's asking you to get your tubes tied. Like, I see your premise, like it's a solid fucking point, but it's a little fucking extreme. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
asking. You shouldn't have a punch card to get an abortion.
And all of us know if there was a legit male birth control pill,
Oh, I'd take that in a heartbeat.
yes,
Right.
yes, all of us would. Why does it not exist?
It has to exist. Isn't it just Mountain Dew?
What was that? Saltpeter's.
Oh, yeah, that's not real. I think it's
That's
just
not real.
stressed and you're tired.
It's
Which is a running joke for people that aren't in the military, that they put saltpeter in your fucking food so you don't get an erection during boot camp. But I think you're just exhausted with a bunch of fucking dudes.
well, being as we're taking a tear on women right now. So so I'm at work this week.
Wait, see this t-shirt? It's fucking great. Okay.
It's a good looking shirt. But somebody in the surgery suite has to be the DJ, pick the music. So somebody had a playlist on, and it was basically Beyonce radio. And I've always said that Beyonce is way overhyped. Like she's got a couple okay songs, but none of them are like truly bangers. And she doesn't have a single album with more than 2 good songs on it.
I would listen to Beyonce over Taylor Swift any day of the week. Have you seen all the single ladies music video?
And yeah, if it's visual, absolutely. Yes. But my point is she has kind of billed herself as an icon for strong females and boss bitches and all this stuff. But her most popular 2 songs are We Don't Want No Scrubs. So basically, if you're not driving your own car, you can go fuck yourself, right?
Is that
don't
Destiny's
body shame us. It shouldn't matter how much a woman makes, all this stuff. But if you're riding in your friend's car and you're not driving your own, I got no time for you. Oh, and then, can't pay my bills, can't pay my telephone bills, can't pay my car bills. Like, you don't make money, so I don't know about you, but me and you are through. Like, the whole song is like, you don't make enough money, so I'm not going to go out with you. Now, there used to be, once again, we're going back to the trad wife stuff here, and I don't mean to, but it was a fair trade-off that you were a team and you complemented each other, right?
I mean, that's
The
the
guy
point.
goes out, he makes the money, he provides. So yes, he should be able to pay your car bill, pay your telephone bill.
I would
But
love to
in
be a stay-at-home mom.
return, you raise the kids, you know, you ran the house, you were the CEO, you ran everything while he ran out and did all the labor stuff, the crappy stuff, right?
Mhm.
But that's not the Beyonce argument. The Beyonce argument is I'm going to be a boss bitch, I'm going to do my own thing, but I still need you to be that stereotypical provider.
Yeah, well, it just goes
Very
back to that
selfish.
actor where we've talked about this, and I'm a dick. I don't know his name because he's definitely not A-list. Just kidding. He's like, I don't know his fucking name, but he's in an interview, and the interviewer, who's a female, says, "Do you think a woman should make a man a sandwich?"
Get in the kitchen and make what was this Falcon? He was Falcon in the Avengers.
Yes, he's like,
Yes.
okay,
He was
let's say
also in the Adjustment Bureau.
his
Fucking great movie,
point
The
is so
Adjustment Bureau.
fucking solid. Like, if your girl's about to get or is disrespected by a man, what is your expectation? To knock him out? Okay, then get in the fucking kitchen and make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
It's a solid point. Okay, the Penn brothers.
Penn brothers.
Sean Penn, for instance.
Okay.
I don't get it. Like, the man looks like he was smoking in the fucking womb.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good actor, but like he must have like just a massive dick. Like,
is he a good actor? He was great as Spicoli, obviously. But other than that, like,
well, like he has a lot of like deep roles where he's like serious.
Yeah, so do a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, so does Jim Carrey. But like, I just don't get it. Like, he's in so many fucking movies, but then his brother, who I always forget his name, that's why I wrote it down. Chris Penn. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
That guy. He's in fucking I'm telling you, I'm retarded. What is Reservoir Dogs? He's like the gangster in Reservoir Dogs. Well, he's the gangster's kid.
Dude, no, hold on. Is he in all the Tarantino movies?
He's in a lot.
Is he in Kill Bill? He's Bill's brother? Is that Chris Penn?
No. Kill Bill. Go. Cast.
Carry the two.
No, you're thinking Michael Madsen, who's a badass in real life.
Yeah, he's badass.
Chris Penn is a chubby guy who could probably kick the shit out of me because he's not small, but like nothing about him says, I'm a badass.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, he always plays like the gangster wearing a tracksuit.
Always plays the gangster. I think he's in Footloose.
He is in Footloose, but he's skinny.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
But like, and can't dance, but also kind of plays a badass in that movie. So I don't understand why he's always casting these badass roles.
How do you like, if you're his wife and you're sitting down and going down memory lane and you're watching Footloose and you look at him now, you gotta be just disappointed. Like, what happened there? You had it.
I think there's
opposite Kevin Bacon.
In the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. That is. Oh man. Our email address. If you have subjects you want to hear us talk about, email realforlifepodcast@gmail.com. We got our first email, Joe.
Oh shit, I was gonna say we're still at 0.
No, we got one.
Was it your sister?
Well, their name is Tiffany, but I can't be sure it's my sister. We have a lot of fans. There's a lot of Tiffany's out there. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Because something poor. Oh, she said she liked how, like, jokingly said that poor people have Samsungs.
Yeah.
Stop being poor, get an iPhone. That was part of it. Alien is coming out with yet another movie. Is it going too far? We're creeping up fast on Fast and Furious numbers here. Should they stop? My sister and my dad are huge Alien fans. I think you keep going with that.
Aliens one
You know
that
what's
I can
funny? Alien is more fucking believable than Fast and the Furious.
absolutely.
I
And
would
Aliens,
believe that
like,
Alien.
there's different angles you could do that movie, if that makes sense. Like there's different timelines. There's all kinds of shit you could do with it, just like a Marvel movie.
Yeah, here's how I know the Alien series can keep going. Because every series, every show has the jump the shark moment, right? And
Mhm.
we thought we found that moment when they made the movie Alien versus Predator. And
Right.
it was fucking awesome. The way
Yeah.
that they married those two completely different storylines together, fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's actually one of my favorite Alien movies.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, keep going. Sigourney Weaver. I saw a picture of Sigourney Weaver young the other day,
Oh, don't say
and I
it.
was
Don't even
blown.
fucking say it out loud. She has always been a creature.
It was a weird angle. She looked decent.
No,
So,
she's no Dolly Parton.
and now she put to hit a Fritta, hard time, something. She said some cool stuff here, but it's a long email. The point is thank you, fans. Tiffany, whoever you are, definitely not my sister. And keep the participation going.
I called it.
What? I mean, yeah. After all this negative woman talk, we may lose her as a fan.
Right?
Yeah. The Mighty Ducks, Joe. I know we've been heavy on movies lately, but that's kind of our thing. We like
Mm-hmm.
movies.
It's not my
We like
life.
movies so much that we refuse to see new movies. Because why would you do that? The movie The Mighty Ducks, it just seems a little unbelievable
It's terrible.
that, first of all, let's just, the elephant in the room. Everybody knows what I'm going to talk about. What is a cake eater? Why is that even an insult? I mean, I understand, like, you're trying to make like the next, like, quit trying to make fetch happen, right?
I think it's fat shaming.
You think that's what it is? It's what he calls everybody a cake eater, though.
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
don't get it.
I don't either. It's
So
also
anyway, there's
PC.
that. But also the part where, like, in the second Mighty Ducks, when they go to the Olympics, as one does, Gordon Bombay, Emilio Estevez, has gone pro. So he played hockey.
He fail as a pro?
He played hockey as an 11-year-old kid
Oh.
and lost in the final game. Didn't play hockey again. But yet somehow, after going to law school and making fucking partner at a firm, so even at the most aggressive numbers, he's 32 at this point.
Yeah.
Hasn't played hockey in 20 years, since
Full pass.
before he hit puberty.
Plus
Since
he's
before
5'2".
he hit puberty, he has not played hockey, and he's able to go pro. This is a huge flaw in the typically very well thought out Mighty Ducks series. The second part, there's a basketball court in downtown LA where inner city kids are playing hockey.
I mean, there were like skate hockey, like rollerball, right?
I'm just saying that's a basketball court. This would never happen. And I like the knuckle puck as much as the next guy, Joe, but it just doesn't seem viable.
I'm really excited. I just looked up how tall Emilio Estevez is.
Still a great movie. Is he 5'2"?
No, he's 5'7", so I am taller than him. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh, dude. I thought he was shorter than that.
I always love short actors that always wear cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Because they're short.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Oh, geez. So anyway, that was the Mighty Ducks thing. You remember, I want to hear your bro one. What's your bro one?
What was the bro one?
You had a subject that was like something bros.
Yeah, Penn Bros. Sean Penn, Chris Penn.
Oh. Well, if you remember last couple episodes ago, I was talking about the bros outside of the barbershop.
Right.
So we go to this place every Sunday to eat pizza, and there's always these like 3 or 4 like dudes in their like late 50s, early 60s in there. No wives, just the bros. And that's their spot. And they're there drinking every Sunday. And of course they see me and we do a quick little what's up. But I just love that. Like, and this is like the biggest suburban place that one could eat. It's not a Chili's, but it's basically a fucking Chili's, right?
Okay.
And these guys, that's their hangout, where they hang out with their other veteran bros.
I have a customer that like apparently hanging out at like Chili's and Applebee's is a thing.
It's because that middle class fancy account on Instagram.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You don't follow middle class fancy?
No.
Oh, it's the best. It's just all about how Nance is being crazy, drinking the, whatever tonight and bragging about fucking perfect stripes on your lawn, your brand new Nike Monarchs, your Costco Platinum card. Settle down, Nance. Come on. It's awesome.
This customer, like, he was my neighbor years ago. Super nice guy. He's actually a huge asshole if like you met him, but then you have to like, peel back the layers.
Yep.
But no, he refused to go to my bar because we didn't have Bud Light.
Hey, a man's got to have his principles, Joe.
And true story. Okay, rewind. Years ago, this is a perfect story. So I'm painting the trim of my house.
Yep.
And I'm on this ladder, second story. The ladder is on the wall, and I'm leaning back because the part that overhangs is behind my head. So I'm holding on the ladder, and I'm painting blindly like this, and I can hear him mowing his lawn, and I hear the lawnmower turn off. And so I look over, and he's just sitting on his lawnmower watching me. I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "Waiting for you to fucking die." And he's a contractor. He's like, "Come here." So I calm down. And he's like, "Take this ladder." And he has one of those like gangster ladders that have like legs on it. So it like extends you away from the house and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, sweet. So then I went and bought him a 6-pack. And the next day was walking up his driveway with a 6-pack of Coors Light. And he front door, he goes, "Nope, stop, get the fuck off my property." I'm like, "What?" I was just like trying to give you a 6-pack. He's like, "I don't drink that shit. Go away."
Dude, that guy sounds awesome. And he was serious too, wasn't he?
Oh, 100%.
That's fucking great. Oh man. The jelly roll, why isn't it me? I don't know if you have this. I get it a lot, but like where you see somebody do something and you're like, why the fuck didn't I like that's right in my wheelhouse. I'm pissed that I'm not the one that's famous for this, right?
What do you do?
Or like basically the Joe Rogan podcast. Like that should be us, obviously. So
Totally.
no, but he's got this new album and I've been kind of hesitant to jump on the whole jelly roll thing because it's like kind of gimmicky. He seemed kind of like a flash in the pan, but he's got some good songs. And this latest album is fucking great. It's not as good as the Post Malone one, but it's really good. And he's got this song on there called "I'm Not Okay."
Yeah, I saw him in concert like a month ago.
Did he play "I'm Not Okay"?
Third song.
Huh?
Third song.
Yeah. So it's just this great song that's just like, yeah, I'm not okay, but it is what it is. We're going to keep, got to keep going. And it's like, I just feel like with all the talk we're having these days about mental health and about stop bottling everything up, like that song just epitomizes kind of like people's struggle and the way it used to be, where it was like, no, I'm not okay, but like, oh, well, let's keep going.
Right. So explain to me again how you could be Jelly Roll. I'm still lost on that one.
I'm just saying, like, that's a good idea for a song. And I feel like I could have wrote that one.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean, I just spent 2 minutes completely murdering how to explain it, but I definitely could have wrote that song.
Did you see the Burt Kreischer where he has his guitar and he's playing for Shane Gillis? He goes, "Hey, listen to this song. I just wrote it." And I think it's like
Oh no.
Bill Maher or whatever. Is it Bill
Uh-huh.
Maher? Not Bill Maher. No, it is Bill Maher. It's like one of his songs. And so he like strums it and sings it for Shane. And
You
he's
mean
like, "What do you
John
think?"
Mayer?
John Mayer. Sorry. Bill Maher's the
Bill
other.
Maher? What the? That's not even how it's Mar.
Whatever.
Jeez.
Anyways, what was
But
the guy's
Bert
name?
Kreischer and me are the same in that, where he's like, he'll watch like Michael Jordan dunk a basketball and be like, well, fuck, that should be me. I could do that.
So he
He
sings
just
in
got
this,
there first.
and Shane's never heard the song, and he's like, "What do you think?" He's like, "Honestly, dude, it's pretty fucking gay."
Was it like Your Body is a Wonderland or
It's
something?
something like that.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh man. So there's this girl that I saw on the Instagrams, and she posted this thing about how like she tried a bunch of diets that didn't work, and then she got on Ozempic, and it just shows like the progress pictures of her
Did
going
I
from
send
like,
you that video?
yeah, it's probably you, but she
Yeah.
goes from like 260 pounds down to like a legit smoke show,
Yeah.
like hot. And it's like, I get it. If dieting's not working for you, like I still think you should be going to the gym and staying active, regardless of what weight you're at or how you eat. You should move your fucking body and sweat on purpose at least 3 times a week.
Right.
But if Ozempic cuts the pounds off you and that does it for you, I see nothing wrong with that.
I am skeptical on that whole thing because,
It'd probably come right back.
yeah, like, what is it doing to you?
Well, I think it does something where it like it converts something into something. Plus, you're not hungry. Some kind of unicorn dust or something.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like the fucking movie where they spray the poo and it just disappears, and they're like, "What's happening to the poo?"
Vaporize.
Yeah,
Where does it go?
but it all implodes at the end. That's my analogy of Ozempic.
I mean, it probably would.
You're gonna end up like
I'm
a
sure
bad
it's not the
guy
most
on
healthy
Blade
way to
One
lose
where he
weight.
injects him with all of the fucking stuff, and then he starts just going and it explodes.
Oh, geez.
That's what I envision.
It's if it's what it takes, if that's what works for you, I'm all for it.
Anybody that's on it and he's lost like 60 pounds.
Yeah, but some people like shame people because they're using Ozempic and not going to the gym. I feel like once again, whatever it takes, good on you.
I mean, which is a good segue. So like, I'm not gonna like make fun of my wife because she listens to the show, and it's not making fun of her either. But she's very shy about going to the gym because she feels like she's out of shape, and a lot of people have that premise, and she thinks that like people are gonna make fun of her. And I'm like, there is nobody at the fucking gym that looks at somebody. I've seen people 400 pounds at the gym, and in my mind, I'm just like, good for you. Like nobody at the gym criticizes people for going to the gym. Now, if I see that same person at McDonald's, I'm gonna be like, oh, that makes sense. Good thing you got that Diet Coke.
Totally.
The gym is a totally different thing.
There's a girl at my gym. I haven't seen her in a couple months, and I saw her this weekend. And she's kind of like me, where she's like a little bigger, but she moves well, like very athletic, right? She had dropped like 30 pounds, which on her would be a lot because she wasn't that big before, and looks amazing. And I was immediately thought maybe it's Ozempic, maybe whatever. And I asked her, and she was like, "Well, I'm training for a marathon, but I also just got done doing 75 hard."
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, and like my respect level for her immediately skyrocketed because 75 hard is no joke.
No, I have cheated on Sober October twice, three times.
And 75 hard is like 75 days straight of not only eating right, but reading an hour a day, talking to a person you've never met before. You have to work out twice a day for 30 minutes, and one of them has to be outside. every single fucking day, no exceptions.
Right.
So they bill it as a mental toughness program, but of course the byproduct is you lose a bunch of weight and you're super fit.
Well,
And I did.
right.
I asked her if the mental aspect had changed, and she was like, "Yes, my memory works better. The way I think about things is different. Literally everything." It was super cool.
Yeah,
Big
my
props.
friend's daughter did the 75 hard. And did it, and she got fucking jacked. I was like, holy fuck, I'm trying to find a picture, but she doesn't ever post anything.
Yeah, I just, as much as we all want to think we're badasses and that we can do cool stuff, it would take a lot for me to commit to doing that program.
Well, going to the gym on the regular is a fucking mental commitment. I mean, even if
Mhm.
you do like a shitty workout, it's still going.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
And honestly, most of the days where I'm like, I don't want to go to the fucking gym, and I actually go, they're usually turn out to be one of the hardest days at the gym. That's not
Well,
hard, like I go harder.
they're the most rewarding because the fact that you don't want to go to the gym means that you're either stressed out or feeling like shit. And then if you get to the gym, you release those endorphins, which is kind of half the reason you go anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't get that from the gym.
You don't?
No. Everybody says,
I
"Oh, you feel so much better." No, I don't.
Well, your gym isn't as social as mine.
Well, if you're going to the gym for socialism, socialization, social.
Yeah, that's pretty much all CrossFit is socialization and you lift weights, but mostly socialize. It's awesome. I fucking love it. You got anything else on your list? Oh, geez. Who's that again?
We will talk off air.
Wow.
No, that was the world advice or parenting advice, and this should be for all fucking kids, but they don't teach it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it should be summed up, and everybody should teach their kids this one thing. And I've always thought this. So, like for instance, and maybe it's bad parenting on my end, but like, for instance, we always watch TV when we eat dinner, and it's not to not have a conversation. It's because my kid cannot handle hearing me chew, and it's become a thing. And I think it stemmed from my wife pointing it out, and then once she pointed it out, now it just drives him nuts. So he needs noise as a distraction.
Interesting.
And the parenting advice behind that, and that's a small point, and it is, and I'm not saying it in the way that like you need to conform, but I'm saying in the way that the world doesn't need to adapt to you, and you need to learn to adapt to the world.
Yeah, you don't shape the road around your children. You don't prepare the road for your child. You prepare your child for the road, or there's some saying about that.
Right. And it's essentially the same thing as that, but like that's gone away with parenting where like, and I'm not saying like you shouldn't be an activist, and if you see something really wrong that you should just accept it. I'm saying like every single thing that quote triggers you, you should probably just get the fuck over it and move the fuck on. Now, if there's a big issue that's actually a fucking issue, yeah, tackle that issue.
And realize that the world doesn't fucking revolve around you.
Right. And that's what our parents said to us when we were kids.
I gotta eat. Deal with it. By the way,
Right.
the food you're eating, I paid for it. No,
And
I get
possibly
it.
made it.
I don't know. We're terrible, man. We watch TV. Parker watches he can't eat without his iPad. We're a little too lax, probably, in the parenting department. But he's a great kid. He behaves well. He could work a little bit on manners, like as far as like today, some dude said like, hey, nice to see you, Parker, and he just kind of like walked away.
Yeah, Jay used to do that a lot when he was a kid because he didn't know how to socialize.
Right.
And
that's
he's grown out of that. It's more of an embarrassment thing. Like we used to get on his case, like if somebody spoke to him and he would just ignore them because he didn't know how to interact. And that's just a phase in life that you should work on, but they'll get over.
Well, I'm thinking it's going to get better because he's 3rd grade And now he like for today was the first time he literally like rode his bike into the neighborhood by himself. Like I didn't have to go with him. I was
Nice.
like, just call me if you see a friend outside and you're staying. Go. Stay on the sidewalk.
Your child has a cell phone?
He's got a watch that he can
Okay.
call it something. Yeah, he doesn't
That
have a
makes
cell phone yet. No, but so and he went over there and there's like it's awesome. He's got his little crew now. There's like 4 boys in the neighborhood that they, the 4 of them hang out. And then the next thing are over here at our house. And you know how we bought that like comically fucking large couch upstairs?
Yeah.
So that's basically Legoland for them.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's awesome. They just stay up there, have fun on Couch Mountain. It's great.
Yeah, that bringing it back to the fucking 90s for sure.
Yep. So
That's good. That's good.
I'm
just
you
over
need to
here
get a
Facebook
911.
fucking-
What's the
A what?
holdup? You keep sending me these fucking ads for a 911
The fuck are you talking about?
car.
Oh, I know. I just can't pull the trigger. Well, then the one I just sent you isn't a 911. It's a fucking Cayman. And like, it's not as gangster, but it's
Right.
like way cheaper.
It's
It's not a boxer by any means.
Yeah, you can't get a
It's
box.
I feel like it's a step above that, but not
It's what
quite
they
a 911.
replaced the boxer with, but it's definitely a step up. Yeah.
Definitely a step up.
You got
Well, the one I sent you is like
liquidate though. You got like 5 cars that you're never gonna touch.
I know.
That Opal's going nowhere. The Chevy or is that a Chevy or Ford? Ford, right?
Which thing? Oh, the Ford,
53?
yeah. 53.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could get rid of that, but it's at a point where it's just like I don't know what like nobody's gonna buy it.
It's
like it's hard.
project.
It's mid project, right? So you're just gonna get fucking
Mhm.
screwed. But at least I'll have a parking spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta get rid of that. It's too much work.
Yeah.
We're not really ground up project guys.
Hey, I did a lot of shit on my house today and this weekend. I built stairs.
Yeah, you told me about that. That's awesome.
Pretty proud of my steps.
Mhm.
Naturally, I spray painted them.
We went wheeling yesterday out of Brown's camp. Oh, those did turn out good.
Yeah.
Nice. Huh. Anyway, it was a very proud moment because we got to Waterfall, which was wet and muddy and terrible yesterday. And there's a group of 6 Jeeps. Only 2 of them tried it. So they struggled through the filter. They get up there, and both of them had to winch. And I was like, YJ time. Because it's the YJ, right?
Right.
It's super light, 4-cylinder, and I fucking walked right through the filter. Todd actually did a great job spotting. He listened to that episode. I felt really bad. But anyway, so we get up there, and yeah, I mean, it took a couple tries, but it's the YJ. So it's just like womp, 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 hitting the rev limiter, just like sending it. Walked right up. Thing's awesome. Yeah. And they were like all like really built, really nice new Jeeps. And it just made me feel real good.
Yeah, like I said 10 years ago when you kept buying new fucking Jeeps.
Yeah, don't buy the old stuff. It's much better in life to be a sandbagger that nobody expects anything from, that comes through and shines. Okay. We've all seen Rudy. Okay. You don't buy the new flashy stuff because then people expect you to be awesome. You want to be the underdog.
That, and when you're in the woods, it's gonna get broke.
Yes. I can dent the Jeep and I'll be bummed, but it's like, meh. Oh, I scratched my fucking Sherman Williams paint job. Yeah. Anyway, that's really all I got.
I mean, I thought we would go more off on the toilet situation, but obviously not.
Well, the toilets, the only reason I didn't go off on that is because I feel like I'm very, I don't want to say anti-woman, but kind of triggered on the feminine thing this week because it's all over this fucking election and it's driving me nuts. And the whole like ultimate feminist stuff is coming out. And it just seems like the equality and the rights and everything are just, they only go in one direction. And it makes me sound like a chauvinist.
Well, again, every election they always
Like, you want
fucking
equality, but you only want the good parts of equality. Like, oh, well, we need more women in government. Not building roads, not working in sewers or laying bricks. No, just in the jobs we want.
signing up for the draft.
Yes, we want the right to vote. But we still want the whole chivalry thing when it comes to war. Now, dudes, you're still going to have to sign up to fucking fight and die if you want to vote. But we're ladies. We're not going to be a part of that. Equal voice, though. Equal voice.
Which obviously you're being condescending, and we don't agree with that.
And
But
I don't want women to be in the draft. Absolutely no way.
And
The
neither
whole
do
point
I.
of this Western civilization thing is that we're supposed to protect women. They should have a better life than us.
Do you know why they didn't accept women in the military back in the day? Other than the obvious, and
No.
not in war situations, is
Well,
because
nobody
every
wants to
man
see
would
a female die at war.
exactly. They would all stop and help.
Men would do stupid stuff to protect them,
Right.
as they should.
Right.
Yes. So I don't know. I felt so. I remember when I found out I was going to Fort Benning, I was super bummed because it was one of two left that were all male, and I was like, "Well, this is already gonna suck," and now it's just gonna be dudes. It was so much better, Joe. It was so much easier because as soon as we got to AIT and it was men and women, there's so many different rules and boundaries that they have to set up to keep the women and the men from just messing with each other all day.
Right.
It's terrible. And most men that join the military are not that headstrong. And most women that join the military are not models. So you've got
They are when you get out there for a while.
poor people tend to live in clusters. Like there's no guardrails, Joe.
No. My buddy married somebody on the boat, and I
Oh, what an idiot.
strongly advised against it. And he's like, no, I love her. And then we were on restriction together, which is where you are in trouble and you can't leave the boat.
Right.
And legit, somebody saw her and this dude in my buddy's car.
Oh boy.
And he still married her.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, that ended in divorce. Just don't get married when you're in the military. Just fucking don't.
So here's an example. When I was in San Antonio, there was a female soldier, Latina, you know me, smoke show, right? And I was one of the only dudes on base that had a car, Nissan Maxima, son, with a sunroof. And anyway, going back to the schmortion thing, she ends up at the back seat. I don't have a condominium.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, no, we can't do this. I don't have a condominium. And like, I didn't say it, but like, you're a Latina, you're getting pregnant. Like, let's just be fucking honest. If I look at you wrong, pregnant. So I was just like, no, we can't. Like, I don't have protection. Like, trust me, I'm more bummed than you are, right? And she was like, oh, that's probably better. I'm married. It's like, what the fuck? There's no loyalty in the military.
No,
None.
there was a bar off base. It was called the Trophy Lounge.
Oh my God.
And it was specifically for quote unquote Westpac widowers, where their husbands were gone on the boat for 6 months. And you could just go there and there was just hot women.
You could be Jody.
Yeah. It was insane. The whole bar. It was like known.
Jeez. Did I ever tell you about that strip club we went to right outside Fort Lewis?
Probably.
We were getting mobbed in 03 to go over, and we were on Fort Lewis for like 6 months because we didn't have a mission yet because Turkey wouldn't let us in. So we just for 6 months show up at 8 a.m. for formation and take care of personal business the rest of the day. But in the beginning, we didn't know that. So we thought we were we were going to Iraq any day.
Right.
Never did. So we got a night off and we all went to, of course, the closest strip club to the Army base. Never go to the closest strip club to the Army base. So our buddy Boot Coos,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about.
Great guy.
Yeah, awesome dude. So there was this other dude that wanted to go, but we thought we were going to war. Like only half of us had civilian clothing, right?
Right.
So Bootkus lends him, his name's Buckus. Buckus lends him some fucking khakis and a shirt, and we go to the strip club.
Oh, yeah.
And he paid for a lap dance. And when we got outside where there was light, there were red stripes all the way down these khakis. Oh my gosh.
You can go ahead and just keep those.
Oh, terrible. Never go to the strip club nearest the Army base. You know where else I did that? Columbus, Georgia, right outside Fort Benning. Right after graduation, me and another dude went to a strip club in the deep South, Georgia.
Oh. I'm picturing a lot of bedazzled clothes.
You've never seen a pregnant black stripper, have you? Oh man, it was bad. Oh,
Cheap
anyway.
drinks though.
Awesome people. I did not stay long.
Oh God. I've been to some pretty bad strip clubs in my day.
Yeah, you got to go to cool ones in Asia, though. I always say that's why I'm pissed I didn't join the. I wish the Navy would have had a radiology program because you never get to go anywhere cool in the Army, and you got to go to Asia.
Everywhere. I just got my passports in the mail.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
So excited.
I need to renew mine. I think it's expired, but I want to do another. I think me and you, like, we should take the ladies and do an all-inclusive in Mexico.
Yeah, me and Katie are going probably Cancun or Cozumel, however you fucking say it. Has to be on the Caribbean side. I don't give a fuck where we go. Adult only, all-inclusive. Other than that, it's warmer.
Isn't that over by Florida?
I mean, kind of, but you don't go through Florida. You go to like Texas and south.
Oh. Huh, I'd have to look. The only one I've been to is Puerto Vallarta. And it was awesome.
Okay.
But it was more like we stayed on the resort the whole time. Like,
yeah, and that's what you want to do. I mean, I just want to be the most fucking fat, gluttonous piece of shit ever, and I want to be bored and do nothing for a week.
Mm-hmm. With
that's it.
Margaritas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty simple plan.
Mm-hmm. And you get that down there. Like, I thought for sure when we went all-inclusive meant you're going to have to pay a little more for the good steak and for the top shelf booze. Not at all. Everything was included. We had top shelf booze. I did. Tana was pregnant. What a waste. And like every meal was the best meal I've ever had in my life. And it was awesome. And then we went to the sister resort that was like where you went if you had kids because they had like the bigger pool and all that.
A lot of screaming.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Take us back to the adults only, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not going to Mexico with kids.
Yeah. I just want to chill.
Totally.
Our kid was so pissed we didn't get him a passport. And I was like, oh, you're not going. Sorry, bro. Remember Disneyland? That was yours.
Yeah.
We're going to Mexico.
Do you think Disney adults are creepy?
Yes.
I think they're super creepy.
When you see a man with gray and he's wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt, that's not natural.
Or like you're over the age. If there's not a teen after your age, before 17, after, you know what I'm getting at.
Mm-hmm.
If you're over 21 and you can go to a bar and you're at Disneyland and you don't have children, it's pretty fucked up.
You know how many couples get married and then go to Disneyland?
I don't get it. They don't even have good rides.
No.
You're surrounded by kids.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it. I saw a video the other day that linked Walt Disney. I'll send it. I don't think I can send it to you. The dude didn't say any words. He was just pointing at pictures because he's like, I don't want to get this taken down.
Apparently, Walt Disney was not a fan of a particular original group of people.
Yeah. So, like,
in which they chose among.
basically, it insinuated that Hitler didn't die and is Walt Disney.
Oh. I
But
don't know
like,
about all that, but
if you really think back to like a lot of the original Disney, I wouldn't say movies, but short films,
right.
there was a lot of Nazi stuff. Like Donald Duck was a Nazi.
Yeah,
And
that's
maybe
true.
they're like trying to be satire, but no, they were fucking Nazis. You're like, wait, what?
What's the term? It was a different time, Joe.
It was a different time. Yeah.
It's a different time.
Probably
Speaking of
can't look that
time,
shit up anymore.
we're running out of it. So I'm going to call it here. If you'd like to add a subject to the show, because we were a little light today, maybe not our best episode.
Yeah, Katie wants to do some edibles later, though, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I was going to do it before the show, but then I don't think that's a good idea.
That's not a good idea. Good for you, though.
I'm scared.
I don't know what it is about you and that, because I would much prefer that over alcohol any day.
No.
But you're just an alcohol guy.
Yeah. Done a lot of drugs, Jess, and just circled back to, you know what? I just like beer and soup.
Beer and soup, that's my thing.
That's my thing.
I just think and a lot of people say that marijuana is a gateway, but I've never ever wanted to go beyond that. I don't see the point.
Any drug's a gateway to another thing. I mean,
I guess it could be if you're trying to like go further, but if my ideal situation is just to be relaxed and happy, that's the one.
for the audience out there, by the way, I wouldn't consider myself a stoner in high school, but I smoked a lot of weed. And
Right.
Jesse was a very self-righteous prick towards me because he thought the devil's
You're a
grass was
degenerate.
was for the devil. And he judged me so much for smoking weed. And now I don't touch the stuff. And Jesse is a
I got job applications out, Joe. I got applications in the world. Okay.
I just said you're indifferent.
I'm very indifferent. Yes. No, but I was cornered with death back then. I was told by my grandma if I ever got caught drinking or smoking anything, I had to move out.
Yeah, that's
so
obviously that threat worked.
That threat definitely worked. I haven't done anything until it was legal. So, or the Romeo and Juliet is 4 years. 4 years. No. That's a good one. All right. So anyway, if you want to reach out, it is real4life podcast at gmail.com. Still looking for those what are they called? Sponsors.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Lovely to get paid a couple bucks.
Or get new audio equipment. I don't know.
We'll give you a shout out. We'll do a nice ad lib commercial. Scott does want to come on as a guest, by the way.
Nice.
Which would be cool because he just got done doing a whole road trip from Tennessee to California, to Oregon.
Because I saw him and his wife posting pictures on the coast.
Now, I had to work that day. I saw him a couple months ago when they were here, but that dude. So he's like, oh, I'm just going to buy a fucking school bus, convert it to a motorhome, and take my family on a trip. And because he homeschools his kids,
find so much free time.
Because they homeschool their kids, and their business is big enough now where it runs itself.
That sounds nice.
And even if it wasn't, it's Scott. Any day now, he's going to sell all of that and like move to Kosovo.
Right.
Something.
He's a smart dude.
He's a fucking gypsy that always lands on his feet. I love that.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see if that happens. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Real for Life podcast with Jesse and Joe. Now let's see how long it takes for me to find the end recording button. And it's recording.
It's like old people trying to get off a fucking Zoom meeting.
Stop. This is hard without a mouse.